So, Don, if I said this week we're going to review a whiskey from the distillery we've done the most reviews of, who would you think it is?
Bardstown Bourbon Company, for sure.
You would be right.
And this one has something from a different continent involved, and you're going to want to see.
Whiskey, take my mind. Let me leave it all behind. Take me somewhere I can find someone to believe.
Hi, welcome to this week's edition of What's New at Charlie's. And What's New at Charlie's is, once again, another fine whiskey. We hope it's fine. We're going to find out in a minute. But a fine whiskey from our good friends at Bardstown Distilling. This time, they have what is called their collaborative series, which we've done multiples of these. This is with the Amrut Whiskey Company. My good friend, Mr. Don Williams of Bourbon Fool. Don, what do you know about Amrut, and what do you know about this product?
You know, Amrut is a famous Indian whiskey company.
Yep.
They've been around since the 40s. Their contribution to this is some of their used single malt barrels.
Okay. Yep.
Bardstown, being the kind of creative geniuses that they've been, have basically taken a blend of rye whiskeys, bourbon whiskeys, and then they've finished them in Amrut single malt barrels. And this one, you know, is really going to be interesting to me because you and I are not the biggest single malt fans.
Not my favorite usually, but I do have faith in our friends at Bardstown. But yeah, it is going to be something different. The single malt, I mean, you know, I see them sitting around the table going, how could we spend money? We could ship barrels all the way from India here to put some whiskey in. That'd be a great idea. So,
yeah.
And here we are.
It's 110 proof. Rye whiskeys are from Indiana, so they're obviously MGP. They're 8 and 9-year-old ryes.
Okay, all right.
And then there's a blend of 10, 11, and 14-year-old bourbons.
And they were from Kentucky, right?
Right. Those are from Kentucky.
Yes.
So there's some age represented here. Good color.
Oh, great color.
And I'm anxious to see the flavor profile that comes out of this because it's going to be very unique.
Only one way to do that, Don's open the bottle, right?
That's right.
Let's do it. Yeah.
When I looked up Amrut Whiskey Company, it was interesting to find out they were created in 1948, and they're in Bengaluru, India. And
Where?
I'm not going to say it again. It's it's in the southern portion of India. What I found out is when they need barley, which you do for single malt,
Sure.
they have to bring it from the very northern reaches of India, and that's about a 1,500-mile trek.
Whoa.
To bring barley in. And
Been easier to build the distillery up there, wouldn't it?
It's just an interesting concept to me, and it's probably creates some logistic issues.
I can imagine. Yes. Well, let's see what we got here, buddy.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. Like I said, love the color on this. All right, all right.
Okay, so I got this heavy, sweet note of like molasses.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
Not
then,
what I was expecting.
And then as it kind of dissipated, licorice.
Yeah.
A little bit of licorice.
There's a little bit of the single malt flavor in the very, very end, but it doesn't overpower for sure.
And it is at the end. It's interesting how this whiskey comes at you.
Yeah.
Because I don't pick up the single malt till the end, in the finish.
Very, very end. Yeah. Wow. Great mouthfeel too. Like it's a solid bourbon. Wow.
And it's every bit of 110 proof too.
Oh yeah. That hugs all the way down. Dude, that's great. That is not what I expected.
That is very, very interesting. And as usual, Bardstown lists the blending
Yep.
right on the label.
Always have. Yep.
Very transparent.
Uh-huh.
And I've been a fan of some of these collaborative bottles.
Yeah.
I always go back to the Founder's Beer one.
One of my favorites.
I
Yeah,
absolutely love that. But this one is right up there. And if you're a single malt fan, you're going to want to try it.
Yeah.
And if you don't really like single malt, this is an interesting twist. And the flavors that come out of this are extremely unique.
Oh, a ton of flavor. Just a ton of flavor. I'm a big fan of that. And I was a little nervous going in.
I hope you got more than one bottle of this.
I didn't.
No?
I'm going to be making a phone call when we get off here. See if I can get more. Because that's worth it.
That is
Once
really,
again,
really
pricey.
big.
It's about $160, I think, a bottle. But that one's worth it.
It can't be real easy to get barrels from India.
I would think it got to cost a few bucks, right? Yeah.
No matter what.
Well, cheers, my friend.
And one thing in closing, Charlie.
Yeah.
We joked a little bit about we've reviewed more Bardstown Bourbon Company releases than anyone else, but think about this. Their original footprint, they've just been here since 2016.
That's crazy. That's crazy to even think about. Yeah.
And they have a much bigger imprint in the industry than that
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
already.
Yeah.
I've told the story before about, I went there when they first opened, and they went there, and Dan took me around, and, he said, hey, we're going to build these rick houses over here and everything. And I walked away going, wow, that's an ambitious plan, and they've executed.
I think they've exceeded that. So, yeah, they've just blown up, and for good reason. They've good quality. Everything we've done for them has been great, and they're always these special releases. I mean, when you get down there, they've got special releases at the distillery that you can't even get up here. So I mean, they're always thinking and trying to come up with something new. So I like that.
This is one of the most unique flavor profiles of the year so far.
Yep, absolutely.
Charlie, good choice. Thank you, everyone.
Cheers. Thank you.